Hello everyone, how's it going? This is Harmonia and today we're gonna be talking about ranged heroes. To make these guides easier, I chose to make groups of heroes instead of talking about one single hero in every video. So I divided the ranged heroes in three categories: auto attack, skill regen, and support/others. Auto attack ranged heroes are heroes that are made for dogfights. You can't rely on your weapon skill. You're gonna rely mostly on your auto attacks and kiting to win a match. Skill regen heroes are heroes that are totally dependent on their weapon skills. You're not able to dogfight other heroes as easy as the auto attack heroes do. And support/others are also ranged heroes, but they have a different gearing process. Remember that this division is for what gears to use. So you're gonna use mostly the same gears on the auto attack group, on the skill regen group, and on the support/others. Except for Gabriel, she's a support, she's a healer, but she also fits in the auto attack group, but she has her particularities. We're gonna be talking about her in another video with her group. As you can see, like there are some heroes here. They can be in both groups, like Arabelle, Garen, Barry, and Rue. They can be built with weapon skill regen or with auto attack builds. When I'm talking about ranged heroes, I'm not talking about heroes that attack from afar. It doesn't matter if they are supports or warriors or anything. Like, oh, but why isn't Lupina and Lilith there? They attack from far. Because Lupina and Lilith, they don't benefit from ranged buff. They are melee heroes. They benefit from melee buffs. All the heroes in this group here will benefit from ranged buff. Okay? That's what I mean by ranged. So today we're gonna be talking about the auto attack group. So let's start talking about the auto attack group weapons. What stats do you want on your auto attack ranged heroes weapons? Let me start with showing you guys my Bianca's weapon. The most important stat for the auto attack group is the attack, followed by HP and defense. Why? Because you're gonna need attack to deal damage, which is obvious, and you're gonna need HP and defense to stay alive. Bianca, for example, she's the queen of dogfighting. You need her to have defensive stats and offensive stats at the same time. The weapon skill regen speed is not as important as those stats on those heroes. As you can see, like my Bianca doesn't have skill damage. Of course, it would be amazing if she did, but I never made it. Then that's life. In all those heroes, those three stats are the most important. Of course, for arena, weapon regen speed is important in any hero. So let's say I didn't have my attack locked, and I got a really bad roll on attack here, and I get the skill damage and maximum weapon regen speed. I'll probably just gonna keep my higher attack roll, cause that's what's more important for them. And that's why my Bianca doesn't have skill damage until now. Let me show you my other weapons. Like for example, my Mk. As you can see, my attack is high, my HP is high, and defense too. This was the best that I could get, and I don't think I can make it better without luck stones. And yes, I got lucky, and I got 17% weapon regen speed. Mk has a good skill, but you can't rely on it to chain your opponent in a match. So if you stick with attack, HP, and defense, you can't go wrong. Skill damage can be really useful for Colosseum as well when you're doing chain skills, but those two stats are bonuses. Focus on attack, HP, and defense always first, and then if you can get the other ones, it will make it even better. Let me show you my Nari. As you can see, like the attack is almost maximum, while defense and HP is almost maximum as well. Oh, but Harmonia, your weapon skill regen's locked. Yeah, my weapon skill regen speed's locked, cause as I told you, it's good to have. I did lock it cause it was at maximum, and I wanted to reroll her weapon, so let me just lock the stat that it's at its maximum to see if I can get better ones. And since I got a real high defense, HP, and attack, I just chose to leave it like that. I would need a lot of luck to make that better. Tinia. I use my Tinia mainly for raids, but as you can see, also her weapon attack is maximum. Of course, I would love better stats, but since I don't use her in Arena, in Colosseum, or anywhere else, this is my Tinia's weapon. The concept is the same, like rule. Maximum attack, high HP, high defense. Alright? As you can see, my Arabelle, also maximum attack. Arabelle has a good skill. You should still focus on attack, HP, and defense. But if you manage to get a good weapon skill regen speed on her, that's amazing. All right, because she also can be used as color leader. So Arabelle, you kind of want all the stats, you know. Since I think Garen and Barry are more to the skill regen group than to the auto attack group, we're not gonna talk about them in this video. All right. Moving forward, let's talk about accessories. I'm gonna start with the budget options and then we're gonna talk about the best ones later, right? Because the best ones are harder to get. So, in my opinion, the best budget option for all that group in Arena is the Grid Earring. Oh boy, why not the Sharpshooter? We're gonna get there. The Grid Earring is pretty easy to obtain through Mystery Evolution and pretty easy to get it to max limit break. The Grid Earring has a real high base defense, it has attack stats, has crit chance, skill damage, HP, and defense, which makes like an all-around accessory. It's also a really good accessory for melee heroes that don't need. I mean, all melee heroes kind of need a weapon regen speed, but it's also a really good substitute if you're lacking other accessories in Master Arena, for example. The Grid Earring is the best budget option for your ranged heroes in Arena, right? Because let's talk about Sharpshooter. Because Sharpshooter, as you can see, it has a real low base defense. It has a lot of attack, it gets critical hit chance on its limit break, but it doesn't have defense. And since its base defense is really low, using Sharpshooter in Arena will make your heroes really squishy. Like in my case, like since Latin America server has such a high ping, please fix the servers. I can't use it, otherwise I'll just explode, you know. Let me just exemplify it for you. Let me put my Sharpshooter, like let's look at my Bianca. She's using the Ring of Belief, we'll talk about it in a second. Let me compare, let me get my best Grid Earring here. You see she gets 110k DPS and 451 toughness. If I put a Sharpshooter in here, let me get the one that I have with the most base defense. She loses a lot of toughness just for 9k damage. And most of that damage is not even attack, is the crit chance that comes with the Sharpshooter, you know? You're changing 8% chance to crit for 70k toughness. Like, that's a lot of toughness that you're losing just to have 80% extra crit in Arena, you see? So I don't think Sharpshooter is a good option for Arena. Always stick with the Grid Earring. But even better than the Grid Earring, we have the Ring of Belief. The Ring of Belief is an updated version of the Grid Earring. It's not that easy to max limit break it. You're gonna need some yellow hammers, like rare limit. I don't know the name. Like the hammers that are yellow and you use it to limit break yellow items. As you can see, it's not that distant from the Ring of Belief. If I change it, Bianca will only lose 1% attack and 3% toughness. Yeah, well, she gets 10k toughness and a bit more of attack, 1% extra attack, of course. The best budget option for your auto attack group in Arena would be the Ring of Belief. But there is another accessory that's even better than both of them together, the Mad Panda Brush. This accessory is by far the best accessory in the game for auto attack heroes. Even for like Beach Sohi, its base defense is so high. It has the highest base defense in the game. Like you can see, it gets to 154, while the Ring of Belief gets only to 135. It does have less attack, I know, but like the defensive stats you get from these items are so high that it just makes up for it, you know? The thing about this is that you need a lot of battle medals to farm those. Like I was doing the math yesterday, if you don't buy your luck stones, it will take around 2 months and a half to get this accessory to the max only by buying its copies on the store. You can buy them from here. It will take around 2 months and a half to get 6 copies of this little guy without buying any luck stones. So it's a matter of choices, you know? You want to have the best accessory in the game for an auto attack group in exchange of not buying any luck stones ever. Well, yeah, not ever, but like 2 months and a half, it's a lot of time, right? Yeah, this is the best, hands down. Of course, you can also limit break this little guy with the green hammers. And you can farm green hammers, but you're gonna be giving up on farming level 80 weapons. It's a matter of choices, you know? If you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about farming green hammers, you can check the card here and you can see my guide to limit breaking weapons. It's not updated because the dungeons changed, but the process is still the same. I'll update it in the future, alright? Moving on to accessories. What are gonna be other good options here? Like the Minotaur's necklace. The Minotaur's necklace, in terms of damage, is gonna be the best. It's gonna be even better than the sharpshooter. This is the same scenario as the Mad Panda brush. If you're gonna farm this, you're gonna need 2 months and a half to get it to max limit break. So just go with the sharpshooter instead. If you're looking only for damage, like for raids, for stuff like that. Moving on with arena accessories, what are other options? Like these can be used, okay? Like if you don't have any other, this is a good one. It's not as good as the grid earring, but it is an option, you know? The pearl earring can be used, but like these are, if you don't have any other one that I'm talking about, like don't overinvest on these accessories because they're not that great. Like the wolf ring, the amethyst ring, those are options, but And how about mirror accessories? Mirror accessories, other than the panda brush, are the best accessories in the game for any hero. The biggest issue with those accessories, if you see my Future Princess video, I talked about it. You can only get 4 of these abilities. Oops. You can only get 4 of these abilities, and you can only lock 1. So you're gonna need maximum base defense, maximum attack, elemental attack, and you're gonna need HP, defense, weapon skill regen, and skill damage. So the amount of RNG needed to make that happen is insane. But if you're willing to build, like, I want to have the best MK in the whole server, so just farm the light accessory and go nuts with your option change stones, you know. It will happen eventually if you're lucky. If you're willing to go after the mirror accessories, make sure to have HP, defense, skill damage, and weapon regen speed. Oh, but they are auto attack heroes. Can I just go with attack and HP and defense? Yes, you can. But when it comes to accessories, like they will change in Colosseum, for example. Like my MK for Colosseum, she uses the sharpshooter. Because MK just stays back, you know? She will just stay there, like in her little world, shooting from the other side of the map. If the enemy's hero reach her, she's gonna be dead anyway. So using a sharpshooter on MK for Colosseum is really effective because the crit chance you get from it and the damage and the fact that she stays safe enables the sharpshooter usage. For me, it's the best accessory for MK in Colosseum. When it comes to Bianca, I wouldn't recommend using sharpshooter in Colosseum because Bianca is kind of crazy, you know. She goes ham. I would also go with a grid earring or with a ring of belief for Colosseum. Nari kind of depends, you know. Like you could use the sharpshooter for Nari in Colosseum. It is a good option, or you could also stick with a grid earring or with the ring of belief. Like Tinia is the same. Just go, you can go with the sharpshooter or with the other options I told you about. If you're using Arabelle as your leader, she's gonna need weapon skill region speed. So you might wanna use a gold pocket watch or an earth necklace that has region speed. Like if you're using any ranged hero as your leader in Colosseum, you gotta have weapon region speed. When it comes to Rue in Colosseum, she also targets the back line, so you gotta have her tanky. You gotta use accessories on her that will keep her alive. So the same options that apply to Bianca apply to Rue in that matter. So you're gonna want. I would stick with the Ring of Belief or the Mad Panda if you have at max limit break. What else? When it comes to mercs, you're gonna want the elemental merch that matches the element of the hero. Of course. Like for Bianca, just use the water one. For Nari, use the basic. For Rule, use the earth one. And I don't have to keep going, right? This statue, I think this statue works amazing with all of those heroes. Since they're auto attack heroes, you should never use the Mayrio cushion. This is for heroes like Mayrio, like Future Knight, like other merch that can be used are the mouse Nari cushion. This is made for ranged heroes. Also, the plane can be used. Let's say you're bringing your 3 ranged heroes to arena. The first one could have this statue. The second one could have a statue or an elemental merge. And the third one could have an invader mothership replica, you know. I've seen a lot of people use the smile face cushion, but I think this is most suitable for weapon skill region heroes, you know. If you want to play with the auto attack branch of the ranged heroes, you should go YOLO, you know. You should go for damage. So, statue or elemental damage. And that's it. When it comes to cards, for Colosseum, always go with attack cards or crit cards. Are crit cards better than attack? If you check the DPS, like my Nari at the moment has 98k DPS. If I change it to crit cards, she gets to 100k damage. Does this mean that she will hit harder? No. Because in this scenario, my Nari, with the crit cards, my Nari has 21k of basic attack and 16% chance to crit, alright? With the attack cards, she gets 22k attack damage and only 10% chance to crit. So, would you rather have 10% extra attack on every hit, or would you rather have 6% extra chance to crit? I personally prefer the attack cards, because if you crit with the attack cards, you'll deal 10% more damage. Of course, you have less chance to crit, but that's just RNG, you know? When you're working with chances, I rather go to the safest path always. So I, Harmonia, personally prefer the attack cards. But the crit cards are as good as them. Okay? It's a matter of how you see it. There's no rule or... Like, there are some cases where you're gonna want defense cards on your ranged heroes. Like, for example, Nari, she has a passive where every time she hits an enemy, she gets 80% extra defense. So it goes up to 64% extra defense. If you're using defense cards on her, as I did in my last arena video where I play her, you're gonna be enhancing that passive, you know? One thing that is really important, like for example, on Bianca, like in Colosseum, I've seen many people use defense cards on her. Because since she goes ham, if your Bianca has suicidal tendencies, like all Biancas, you could use defense cards on her on Colosseum. Like, do never use defense cards on MK or Nari, because they're a bit smarter. So, or even Arabelle, like, or Tinia, they tend to stand back. So, attack cards or crit cards are gonna be the best call on Colosseum. In Arena, it's a matter of what you're feeling, you know. If you're feeling like that your Nari is dying too fast, just try her with defense cards. Or Bianca, like Bianca heals herself according to the damage she deals. So using attack cards or crit cards on her will make her deal more damage, meaning she'll heal more, meaning more effectiveness. I would stay with attack, crit, or defense cards depending on the scenario, you know. Also, it's really important to remember that injury cards exist. Like, you'll never see me going to arena without injury cards, cause Lean hurts. Have you seen what happens to a Nari without injury cards when she fights a Lean? She dies real quick. Keep in mind that to use injury cards in arena. I guess this concludes the video. If you have any doubts or anything you want to tell me, just tell me what you think about the video, like, did you like this new way of doing, like with doing a group of heroes instead of just one, or I don't know. Tell me anything. You can send me to hell if you want. Oh, I'm just talking a bunch of shit. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. If there's anything I can do to help you, just leave me in the comments that I'll be happy to do it, all right? Thank you so much and have an amazing day or night or I don't know.